Hey guys, so we got a second release from the Hut Champions event. Also some pretty key additions in terms of prime times and flashbacks to go over. So let's jump into the new releases for March 30th. We'll start with the 89 Mark Caddick, 5'10", 192 left defenseman, and unfortunately we're just going to have to leave it at that. Just not fast enough or with an exceptional enough shot to put up with the fact that he's only 5'10", on defense in this game. An unfortunate state, but yeah, you can just move on from this one. If you pack him, I would sell him immediately. Following him, we've got the slightly taller 5'11", Jamie Drysdale, right defenseman. Obviously, just a slightly taller. His shot is very good in terms of power at 98. His accuracy is only at 86, but again, for an 89, that's not terrible at all. I mean, I know he's only an inch taller than Caddick, but again, right defense is just obviously a little bit harder to find. Not really anymore, but still harder to find in that range. So if you need a third line defenseman, and this is a late stage of the game, so an 89 is really not going to be all that beneficial to you. But if you need someone that can actually shoot from the point, this wouldn't be a bad card to go after. Following him, we've got ex-Shark Andrew Desjardins. Nothing really here. I mean, it doesn't have the speed to keep up with the state of the game. Shot's not bad, just under 90. The faceoffs are 93. There's just far better options in terms of looking to build. But his body checking is 95, balance is 94, so keep that in mind. That's not bad at all. Next up, we've got the 90 overall, Simon. I'm going to butcher this. The European names are really tough if I've never heard them before. Moser, 6'2", 216. So he's really big in terms of weight as well. Decent shot at 93 accuracy, 93 power, 87 accuracy. Speed's in the mid-90s. Hand stats under 90 and quite low for hand-eye and deking. This would probably be a pass for me. The awareness stats are nice at just around 90, but I think there are better options. However, you might be able to get this card pretty cheap, which would be a decent depth winger just due to his size and shot. Then we've got the 90 overall Andrew Ebbett, 5'10", 179. Doesn't have max speed. The shot's around 90. Like, I would much rather have the all-star Anthony Duclair, something around that range. Same as far as overalls and whatnot. I just think that there are better options for him. But I mean, it's cool if you are a fan of SC Bern. Then we've got another European player in Peteria, Nikola, 5'10". Speed is unfortunately again in the mid-90s, although he does have 99 endurance, so at least that's max. Shots right around 90. Passing, puck control 94 is not bad. Body checking at 90 isn't terrible either. But again, he's just really small in terms of defenseman. Forwards, you can sort of get away with someone who's under, for 5'10 or 5'11, but on defense, you're not going to be able to bump anyone off the puck, coming into your zone. It's just the state of the meta of the game. I think that there are far better options than him. 92, Emil Larmy, 6 foot, and this might be the lowest aggression I've seen on a competitive statted goaltender, so I would love anyone that has actually tried this to see how low or how well the 59 aggression works. His stats outside of that are really, really good in terms of his glove high positioning, speed as well, but the fact that he's 6 foot, just again, guys, not big enough to be competitive. But I would love for someone to try this and leave in the comments section down below how he turns out. Then we've got the 92 Anders Gronlund, 6'1", 95 skating, shots right around 90, hand stats at 90, face-offs at 94 for a left defenseman. He's got decent size, his speed is, acceptable, and his shot is actually pretty decent. If you were someone who's looking for a budget left defenseman, this wouldn't be a bad option, as he's got 94 defensive awareness and stick checking above 90 as well. Also, if you could ever put him at center, he's got a good draws. After him, we've got the 92 overall Max Freiberg, 5'10", and again, I don't know why these speed cards are why they're releasing so many now that are under 99. There's so many that have been released up until this point, but even like the team of the season ones were around 95, and I know that it doesn't really make that much of a difference because of synergies and whatnot, but when you match them up against cards that are all 99 skating, it just gives them that slight edge. So just something to keep in mind. His shot's really good at 95 or 96 for the slap shot power, 91 accuracy, but his wrist shot's a little bit less than that. Hand stats all above 90. Not a bad right-handed winger card, but again, just smaller. I think that there are better options. Then we've got the Chicago Blackhawks, Dave Bolland, and again, these guys are almost identical across the board. It's mid-90s skating, low 90s shots, and then Bolland is more body checking and puck control, but his hand-eye, deking, passing are all under 90. Face-offs at 94 is nice. Again, there's so many options at this point of the game. I don't want you guys to go all in and invest something on a 92 overall card when there's just better options that are either lower rated or cheaper. And then we've got the headliner of the release in the 94 Tyler Johnson. But he's 5'8". I mean, he does have max speed, and his shot is decent in the middle 90s. Hand stats are all in the mid to high 90s. The one thing I would say to this, if you're someone who likes to straight line down the boards, you're probably going to have some use for him. But if you have to understand, in this state of NHL 20, you cannot cycle the puck with him, no matter how good you are at holding off the puck. With how big defensemen that people play with now, you're just going to get even a slight bump from behind is going to lose the puck. So keep that in mind, although I bet this card is kind of fun. I used to be someone who just, straight lined around the boards as fast as you could, and this card has the stats to do that. So if anyone uses them, let me know. I would love to hear in the comments section. All right, on to the 94 Flashback Tyler Seguin. 99 skating, essentially 95 shots. His hand stats are all above 96. Face-offs at 96 as well. He's got a decent size, shot speed, and face-off to make him a good depth center as well. Not as good as the Joe Thornton release that came out a little bit earlier, but not a bad card at all. I feel like he's probably going to be kind of rare, as these ones tend to be a little bit more on the rare side, so you end up having to pay up for that, but he's got decent synergies as well, so this would be a nice card to acquire. And then we got the 95 Erik Karlsson. He's essentially been one of the best right defensemen the entire season. 99 skating across the board, mid-90s shot. Hand stats are all basically 99 now, and even his body checking is starting to creep up there. His offensive defensive awareness is almost perfect. He's only 6 foot, but this is like the premier offensive defenseman. It's really fun to use him and to break the puck out with him, as well as taking shots with him from the point. He's one of the most, the highest scoring players on my team when it comes to defensemen, and would definitely be an awesome card to get. Unfortunately, I don't think there'll be that many of them, but if you have the 94 as well, I wouldn't worry about upgrading, but if you have the lower versions of it might be something to invest in, as this would be a really good card. So guys, that's going to do it for me today. If you did like the content, please subscribe and give the video a like, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more daily HUD content. Have a good one, guys.